Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and today's video is about the application. I'm gonna show you my application video. It's gonna be super embarrassing for me and I cannot show you every single part of it because there's like my ex-boyfriend in it and just some other people that I don't even know if they want to be in it. So I'm probably gonna put a sticker or something on it, but just to give you an idea on how you could do it or not, that is totally up to you. And yes, the second part of the video, my host mom is gonna join us. I'm so excited to introduce you to my host mom. I asked her some questions and decide what she was looking for in an application just to give you an idea and maybe help you to prepare yourself even better. And so I'm gonna stop talking. My introduction is over and I would say let's go. Hello future host family, especially hi kids. Welcome to my life. My name is Anna, I'm 20 years old and I live with my family in a small town called Königsbrunn near Augsburg. This is my dog Emily, my mother Sabine, my father Thomas, and my older sister Christine. And we are the Wilhelms. I'm in the last year of my apprenticeship to a kindergarten teacher. In my apprenticeship, I worked with children at the age of 6 months to 11 years. I have my driving license since 3 years and I still love to drive cars. For example, when I go horse riding. For that, I have to drive to the next town. This is my horse Gregor. He's a very feisty horse, but I like to spend time with him. On these pictures, you can see a part of my cheerleading team, which is called Anne's Ladies. We cheer at the local American football games in my hometown. When I do no sports for myself, I love to visit the ice hockey stadium with my friends. I love to work with kids, to support them in their life and help them to grow up safely. Also, I love the American culture, which I got to know 3 years before when I visited my uncle in New York. I can't wait to feel that again. I hope you enjoyed the little impressions of my life and I hope we see us soon. I'm on my way. Bye! It's time for part 2.
Skin. All right, there we go.
I don't
Can you do a filter? Make me look fresh.
I don't think so. Okay. So what is the first thing that you're looking or paying attention to when you watch an application from a future au pair? Like the video, the pictures, the reviews from other people. What is the first thing that you're doing?
So I would say that the first thing that I do is put in our criteria.
Mhm.
And then I would say that I always go for the video. Yeah, I would go to the video first, and then I read sort of the paper application,
Mhm.
the online application.
Au pair organizations, they don't, is it don't or doesn't?
They don't.
They don't. So they don't require that you have a video. I think Au Pair in America is the only one who is like, it's mandatory.
Mhm.
So would you say do it regardless in which organization you are, or would you say, yeah, video is not that important?
100% do the video. I would not hire somebody that didn't do a video. And the reason why is because I would want to see you think is important in your life and what you want to include. Family life gives me an idea of who you are before I even meet you. So definitely, if you have an option to do it, you should do the video.
What are like 5 important things that you want to either way see in the video or in the application from that au pair?
I would say 5 things. Well, I always look for a young lady that is I would say like has hustle, sort of has been a member of sports teams, or, you know, babysits a lot, you know, on the side, or, you know, just sort of has a hustle. Like hanging out with your friends is great, but like you need to do more because, you know, being an au pair is actually like a very big job, in the sense that like you wear many hats in the au pair host mom relationship, as do we host moms. So I really look for flexibility in a person. So how they can handle, you know, a change in schedule, you know, a change in what we're doing, and, you know, and how they're going to, or what the children are, how the children are acting and how they react to that. So that's two. Flexibility is a big one for us. I look for somebody that is, you know, innately positive, or somebody that really looks at the world with the glass half full. For you, au pairs, that means just generally a positive outlook on life, and, you know, doesn't necessarily want to sit around in her bad feelings. Athletic. Oh, a big one for us, but this is not for everybody, is like, we really need somebody that is very social. That doesn't, that's not required for everybody, but for us, our house is a lot like Grand Central Station. So there are people in and out of our house constantly. And the expectation is that, you know, you're okay with a, you know, full table of people for dinner, and like people that you haven't met before, or lots of kids running around with their parents. And so that's just the way we live. So in our house, it's really important that we have somebody that's like socially motivated and outgoing, and, you know, enjoys family time. So that's not all the time. And you do have a lot of your own private time, but that's what I would sort of look for generally. Oh, they have to swim and they have to drive, because we spend a lot of time bodies of water, and we live in a place that you need to drive. So
That's true. Are there any no-goes for you, when like what would not work for you at all if you would see something in an application?
Yeah, definitely. There are definitely no-goes. For us, we're limited because our children are bilingual. So we speak German. So there are only like 3 countries that we can go through. Austria, Switzerland, and Germany. So yeah, so that's it for us.
So a lot of us girls, like including me, we are really nervous about our English skills. And so how important is that as a host mom's perspective? If you watch a video, if you like read what we typed up in our application, how important is that for you? So we're like feel a little bit better.
So for me, it's not important at all. And I don't think for other host moms, it should be important either, because when the young lady comes, the beginning, it's kind of rough. Nobody really understands anybody. But I would say within a month, you know, you're hitting your groove as an au pair. The kids are, you know, used to you. So they're talking to you, you're filling in gaps with your English. So, I mean, as long as your English is workable, you know, and you can get small points across, the vocabulary will come. Just, you know, just be open to, you know, asking 100 times what that is, or can you explain that to me again, and just get there so that you know what things mean and can start teaching yourself.
I mean, with your English, when I first got here, like, I mean, I could communicate, but it was like all over the place. And so it's like, you better ask 100 times and be like safe, and just ask like, hey, can I eat this? Can I do this? Or what do you mean? Can you repeat that, please? And so everyone knows, okay, she's confident enough to address it and ask me, and you can just repeat it and be like, okay, thank you so much for asking again, and then let's do it. So like open communication and just explaining where you're coming from is really, really important.
Yeah.
And also having a host dad who's German was a good,
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt. So if you have the chance to be like in a bilingual family, don't stress out. It's like the best thing that you can do, because you're like literally having 2 languages at the same time in your brain. Just like, it's amazing. And I'm gonna make like a different video about that, just like this bilingual thing, because it's really amazing.
I'll agree.
So looking back into my video, what could have I like what could have I done better in my application? Like, is there something missing, or were you like, that was kind of like a tough
So
one?
should we go where I was?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go there.
Are we gonna go there really?
Yeah, so I probably would not have included, if I were you, I would not have included the boyfriend. And the reason why, and I understand that as a young person, the love will never end, but unless it has been a very long-term relationship and it is or you're an older au pair and this, bringing in a boyfriend, he's not working for me. So he only becomes an obstacle for me if you're homesick and want to go home and you're like calling him and texting him all the time. And, so he's just a concern for me as a host mom. And you girls should know that. I appreciate that you want to show off your cute boyfriend. I can't wait to hear about him when you get here. But it would turn me off if you were like, I am like very serious. And yes, of course, I'm going to like miss him so much and Cause I will go like, like maybe we'll go with somebody that's just really into their experience here in the US and like, romantic ties to their home country, because that I feel like that can often lead to, a lot of drama. And, I know one au pair where that made a lot of sense. They, ended up married a year later and that made a lot of sense. But her reason for being here was a lot different. She was very specialized au pair. She worked in sort of with children with special needs. And so she wanted to be here for more experience and, I'm sure to bring her English up to a certain level. And anyway, that I understand. And that was communicated to me, then I could change my mind on it. But as far as like, an average 20-year-old in their, relationship, I appreciate it. I just wouldn't add it in my, I wouldn't put it in my application. I put my family, put my dog, I put all the things I do. I put, but I think as host parents that the boyfriend just becomes an issue or like, I don't know. So might as well leave him out personally.
That's just
that's just what I think.
When you're like deciding who will be your next au pair, is it just you who like says, no, I want this girl, and you press the button, or are you including your family, your like au pair that you have, like your current au pair? Like, how do you do that?
So I go through all the options and I put in our criteria. I go through every single one. Yeah, I want to see everybody.
Yeah.
They need to be infant certified and all these things. So they need to drive, they need to do all these things. So then I put in the criteria and then I go through every single video. And that's really important. So you put a lot of effort into that. And I watch the videos of the girls that I think would be a good fit. And then I send them an email. Send a very short email. I think a lot of people do it differently. I send a like very, very specific short email. This is who we are. This is where we live. This is what we like. And if you want to get to know us better, check out our profile. I don't put in anything, rules, what I'm offering, little bonus things, nothing. Because I think it's a bad introduction. I think here's my introduction. Here's who we are. Would this be any interest to you? If not, no big deal. Like, and if yes, do more research.
Yeah.
And then we set up the Skype date, just me. And then if my husband can join, he will. And then the next Skype date, if we like both decide that we like are having a good time and want to continue the conversation, then we do basically a whole family Skype. I will say, don't have a high expectation for the whole family Skype. It's kind of awkward and like the children don't contribute. So it's more just like for you to see everything that's going on and, the dynamic, but like, don't expect the children to be like, hello. And my kids are like, what?
It's also important for you to say, like, I mean, I thought it was really interesting how you talk to your kids, having them on camera and be like all over it and be like, hey, hello.
Yeah.
And like, I can see how you respond in a like situation like that. Because if you scream at your kids, then I would be like, oh, holy, like, I don't want that. And if you're like, hey, do you want to say hello? Or do you want to introduce yourself and just be like a normal, nice person, that shows me, oh, you treat your kids with respect. So you would also treat me with respect.
Totally.
So
I think that's a really good point. You'll definitely see your host parents in all of it. And then at the end, after we had sort of talked to Anna, we asked Helen, our previous au pair, to interview her. And we also gave her the opportunity. We said like, hey, would you be willing to our current au pair? And she said, yes, I want to do that. Because she felt like that was a very important thing to do. Also, she was trying to like fact check, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, are you
Get all the
these people for real? Are you sure?
No, I asked her, I was like, so be honest, is that really like,
Yeah.
are there those people that they like pretending to be? And she was like totally honest about everything. But I have to say, if I couldn't have spoken with her, or if she would have said something differently, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
And like, if you get the chance to talk to their current au pair, ask them, or if they offer, talk to them, because it can give you so much like clearance and just like security about your decision.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And it also, for your current au pair, gives them an opportunity to sort of be a part of the selection process. Because if they love your kids the way they like Helen did, and or does, I imagine, hi Helen, it gives them ownership and makes them feel like they really care and love your children and want the best for them. So they're going to do a deep dive. And Helen came to me after she had talked to Anna, and she's like, she's really great, and I think you should hire her. I think she'd be a really nice fit. And I'm glad she did, because I said, I'm like, all right, let's go for it. And with her stamp of approval. And that was that.
So thanks, Helen.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for future host families and au pairs, just to like prepare them for their journey?
So just remember, this is a new relationship. In some cases, the host families, this is their first au pair. Be patient. Both host family, host children, host au pairs. It's really important that you give everybody some breathing room to try and figure everything out, and some room to make some mistakes. For both, be very communicative in the beginning, what you want, what you don't want. Be respectful, but be communicative. If you don't like the pillows on your bed, there is a nice way to say like, hey, would it be possible, to get some new pillows? Like, we as host parents don't want you to be uncomfortable. We also, if you say a year in that you're like, I'm so uncomfortable with my pillows, and you've been sleeping on them for a year, like, I don't know what to tell you. Ask as many questions as you need to. The beginning month is always going to be really rocky for everybody. So it's awkward. Let it be awkward. It's, it's not just you, it's every single au pair and host family on the planet is going through some sort of awkward phase where it's like, do you want to eat with us? Do you even eat this food?
Yeah.
Do you think our food is weird? Do you like all of these things that you're like, well, I do want to eat with you, but I like really want to call my mom.
Yeah.
And this is the only time I can call her, then I would say that, don't be shy or like you're insulting anybody. No one gets insulted if they feel like they understand what's going on. Host families, go easy on your new au pair. She's freaking out. She doesn't think that she has good enough English to be there. All of them feel like that, unless they're native speakers. And au pairs, give your host family a break and ask all the questions. It's very important. We are not mind readers. We have no idea how you're feeling. We want to help you if we can. So let us know. I'm feeling homesick. Okay, well, what can we do to, make that better? And if we can, we will. And also, when you are embarking on this journey of being an au pair or a host family, I am begging you, for both of your sake, be super honest about who you are as a family. If you are like an introverted family that likes to, read and play the violin, say that. You will find an au pair that feels the same way. And if you're like us and you're lunatics and there's like a million people in your house all the time, say that, because there is an au pair that's like, yeah, that'll do. I'm in. Don't just do it to please the masses. Make sure that you really are honest about who you are, because I think that will help you not rematch.
And clear out your Instagram.
Yes. We should talk about social media. Be careful with your social media, maybe archive it, clean it up before you, because we do check it. Us host moms, minute we find somebody we like, we're on there. So don't be surprised if I'm like, oh, how was your time in Ibiza? And you're like, I have no idea why you're talking to me about that.
That was not in my application video. I'm like,
exactly.
yes.
But I saw it. So all of us are looking. You guys are looking
Yeah.
at us, we're looking at you. So just like, make sure you tidy it up, make sure it looks good.
Yeah.
And then just archive them. You can put them back once you're like, once everyone knows that you're like completely normal and cool to take care of kids, but like,
It's a job and you're
it's a job.
applying for a job.
Clean it up, girls. No one needs to see you dancing on a bar.
Good. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And we're back. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate your support. If you have any questions, just make a comment down below. Follow my Instagram if you have any questions and if you want to watch my daily vlogs with the kids. And I'm gonna see you next Sunday. Bye.